These last couple of weeks, I've been switching between the Series 3 and the Series 5, just to see if there really was a valid reason why somebody may consider going with the Series 3 instead of the Series 5. Since these two are the current Apple Watch that's available to be purchased brand new. And so in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and share with you my thoughts about this experiment and review the Series 3 in 2020 and see if this truly is the best value Apple Watch. And if you were concerned if Apple was going to drop support on its Watch OS, it's very unlikely Apple's going to do so anytime soon. Because to this very day, even the Series 1 Apple Watch, which was released back in 2015, still is running the latest Watch OS 6. And the Series 3 was released back in 2017 on September. So it's safe to say that it's very unlikely that Apple will drop support on its firmware for the Series 3 anytime soon. It still has a good 2 or more years left. Now Series 3 can be bought right now brand new for just $199. This is for the aluminum body 38mm Apple Watch. And for $229, you can get the larger size model, aluminum 42mm. The watch that I'm using in today's video is the 42mm space gray option. Note, I have found the Series 3 cheaper in the past, so if you're in the market for one, check out the affiliate links in the video description down below, as they're going to be up to date on all the latest deals. So if there's a sale going on, you're going to be the first to know. There is also a stainless steel version of the Series 3 Apple Watch, as well as other materials, but those have been discontinued, and the only way you could get them is by buying them secondhand owned. But however, the Nike edition is still available and can be purchased, but only on the Apple Store for some reason. And it's only available in space gray, not silver. And in my opinion, I think this is a better value if you're planning on buying just a regular space gray Apple Watch. Because for the same price point, you not only get an exclusive Nike band, but you also get some additional exclusive watch faces to choose from, giving you more choices to personalize your device. But even if you don't get this Apple Watch, you can still download that Nike Club app if that's what you want. It's not exclusive to just a Nike Apple Watch, so you can still download this on other Apple Watches. The LTE option is there, but it's only $100 more. This choice is perfect for those that actually plan on leaving their phone behind to do outdoor activities like jogging, or maybe going to the gym, or maybe perhaps your job doesn't allow phones to be in your workplace. So this is where the LTE option may be perfect for you. Now the pros that I've seen after using the Series 3, it will still enhance the Apple ecosystem. As an example, if you have AirPods, you could quickly pair to them on your wrist, really easy, as well as still be able to view the battery life percentage remaining on those AirPods. If you have an Apple TV, you could actually launch the controller app right here, innovated on its OS, so you can control your television from here. And if I have a MacBook Pro under my same iCloud account, I could have it so that my Apple Watch could unlock my Mac. But then the Series 3 does have 8GB of internal storage, so you can store music, your playlists on this device and listen to them on the go. And even after downloading third-party applications, I'm still left with plenty of space. And although we don't have an ECG, that round edge display, nor do we have that fall detection, but I personally never really use ECG unless I'm using it for demonstration purposes like for this video. And the fall detection, if you're around my age, you really don't need it, because by default the fall detection is disabled. I believe you have to be 50 or older for the fall detection to be enabled by default. So if you're like me, we're not really at a point where we need this. The compass, that's a cool tool, but again, I don't need this. And then that always on display, honestly I wasn't really missing much after switching from the Series 5 to the Series 3 again. In fact, this display is perfectly fine, as it's still able to get the same or even better battery life than the Series 5, since after all, the screen actually does fully turn off. And yes, even the Series 3 has an OLED display with 1000 nits. This means it still is very visible even in direct sunlight. The gesture controls work perfectly fine. The raise to speak to activate Siri works flawlessly. And even from a previous video where I did a speed test comparing it across all the other different generation Apple Watches, when it came to booting up apps, it was just a few seconds slower than the Series 4 and the 5. Although the boot up time has been significantly improved on the Series 4 and 5, but honestly, once you have the Apple Watch turned on, this doesn't really matter because you're able to navigate the screen fluidly. There's never been a time where I felt like this watch is getting slow or starting to stutter when it comes to launching multiple applications. So to be fair, most people really don't need all these additional features. For half the cost of the Series 5, I think this is actually a really good value. You have all your important functions that you expect to find on a smartwatch and some additional goodies still, since it is an Apple Watch. So like your notifications will still be able to be pushed in on your wrist. You have the ability to reply to messages, receive incoming, or make outgoing calls. It will still be able to do the fitness tracking side of things like step tracking. Apple Pay, you could activate this to pay on a terminal. It does have a heart rate sensor in the back, so it will be able to estimate the calories that you burn during your exercise, as well as it has a built-in GPS for tracking your runs or just navigating through a city. So all the important creature comforts are here. So for anybody who's budget conscious and you want to get an Apple Watch, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, the Series 3, yeah, it's an excellent choice, even in 2020. And so if you want to see that comparison video where I compare the Series 3 across all the different generation Apple Watches, in case you're curious and see what they have to offer, you can go ahead and watch it right here. And then this video over here, that's just a video that YouTube thinks that you will like. Go ahead and watch that if you want to, no pun intended. And let me know in the comments if YouTube was right. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.